Hey y'all, how's everybody doing? Okay, this is Kamaria and this is Kamaria Speaks. I do filters for fun. Listen guys, I am pressed this afternoon and I'm actually quite aggravated. So for anyone, if you're watching this and you are a young adult, please understand that there may be language used in this post and there may be sensitive topics of a racial nature. Okay, but it's a conversation that must be had. So let's get right into it. So I'm going to read to you all a news header that I found online. It says, Kansas cheerleader says she was removed from team after wearing bonnet and braids to practice. Now, for those in the Black community, we know that the biggest, the biggest issue going on the gram right now on all the social media channels is should a Black woman, should or should she not wear a bonnet in public? And so many of us in our community have their opinions and feelings about it. But if you think about it from if you look at it from the point of view of racists using that as an excuse to exclude Blacks from different things, it's a problem. It's a problem. Just like I have these silly bunny ears and lashes going on this filter, a woman has a right to choose what she puts on her head or does not put on her head. If you think that's going to decrease her chances of getting a job, let that be her problem. It's really not yours to say. And this is just a general comment to all of us in our community. You know, we have to let go of the traditional standards of what acceptable dress is. We just have to let it go and understand that no matter what you say to the bonnet queens, they're going to keep bonneting. It's just going to keep doing it. Okay? So in this article, it says that according to the Kansas City Star, the incident occurred on January 6th. She told the outlet she entered practice wearing a bonnet to cover her braids out of fear that they would hit a teammate during her cheerleading practice. Her coach instructed her to remove the silk covering. After sharing her reasoning for asking, the coach allegedly went on a rant filled with microaggressions, racism, and finally explicit language before Jefferson was kicked out of the practice session. Oh, you should have gotten 7-foot-long hair then, her coach said. And then the girl tried to tell the coach that the box braids were a hindrance to her performance, and that's why she wanted to protect them with the bonnet. And she was told she should have never gotten them in the first place. Okay? So, and then it goes on to talk about how allegedly the coach understood Black girls' hair, but I'm not so sure about that. I'm not so sure about that. Okay, so she went on to say, the cheerleader, she said, I got kicked off because I was standing up for myself against microaggressive comments that the coach made towards me that made me and others very uncomfortable, said Jefferson, according to the news outlet. Instead of the university addressing the fact that the comments were out of line and maybe uncomfortable and the coach should have apologized, their solution was to kick me off instead. Okay? So then the university puts out a statement saying they claimed the hairstyle had nothing to do with the removal from the team or school. Good luck with that one. Okay? It says, and they went on with their statement, but the damage has been done. The damage has been done, and that's quite unfortunate. Please excuse the noise with my neighbor upstairs, okay? So I have a response to that, and that article came from the Griot release January 26, 2021, but it's still relevant today. It is still relevant today. Black women, when we take an opportunity and a moment to put down people for what they choose to put on their heads, when we do that, What we're doing is we are giving the rest of the world permission to come for them even stronger, and to exclude them from getting a home mortgage, exclude them from getting a job, exclude them from getting to level up in their lives. It's not worth it. Even if you strongly feel when you go to bed at night, even if you strongly say, you know what, I'm still not for the bonnets. I think it's tacky. I don't think, women should be going in the airport dressed like that. Why do we have to use a public platform to express that? Why? How is that really helping our community to grow? How is it helping us to fight racism? How is it helping to educate them about how to get a job? What if you went up to that woman and say, hey, here's my business card. I help people with writing resumes. And maybe the lady doesn't have many tips on professional dress. Maybe she can't afford a personal dress. So it's up to us as a community to give them resources. So white people, Hispanic people, Asian people, if your employers are hiring managers and you see someone wearing a bonnet, share them with your business card. Just do it. Stop. We as a community as a whole, whites, blacks, Asians, all of us, we have to stop excluding people based on how they wear their hair, and we have to practice more love and acceptance, and just taking the time to look at them for their character, not what's on top of their head. Many women cannot afford to get their hair done every 20 minutes, but as a community, we can do better than this. And I would like to say this to the youth as well. So to my young youth that are leaving high school and entering college, if you prefer to wear a bonnet, go ahead and wear your bonnet. But if someone comes up to you in love, not in judgment, but in love, saying, hey, here's my business card. Let's talk about standards, and let's talk about applying for jobs and things to build and elevate ourselves. There's just different ways you can handle it. If you want to discuss and describe what a young person with professional dress looks like, go for it. But if they just going to the airport, going on a plane, they're not going for no job. They ain't applying for no job with suitcases in their hands. So I need Monique to stop. And to those who are familiar with that news story, they know exactly what that's about. But it's all love. I love us. Bonnet or no bonnet, you're loved, you're valued, you're heard, you're acknowledged, you're appreciated. Love y'all. Goodbye.